Some people say the truth sets you free. But no one ever tells you that sometimes the truth burns your entire life down in the process. And now I'm standing here, 43 years old, staring at the ashes of the family I thought I built, wondering one brutal question: am I the bad guy? Because from where I'm standing, nothing feels real anymore. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and I will be your narrator for our story today. It was submitted by one of our listeners, and if you haven't followed us already, please click that like, follow and subscribe buttons below. It will surely help our channel a lot and allow us to bring more favorite stories to you. Now, let us begin. I'm John, 43. My wife, Jane, is 39. For 14 years, I believed we were building something beautiful. A marriage with stability. A home full of routines and love. A life where the sacrifices I made actually meant something. And of course, a son. A boy I held when he was minutes old. A boy I taught to walk, to read, to ride a bike. A boy I believed carried my blood. For 14 years, that belief shaped every decision I made. But then, all it took was one accidental glance at Facebook, and everything I knew about my life collapsed. It happened on a random afternoon. Nothing dramatic. No warning. I was just scrolling, killing time, when a face popped up. A man I recognized just enough to feel uneasy. My wife's ex. A man I knew nothing about except that he dated my wife back in college before I ever met her. A simple piece of her past I never cared about. But that photo, that single photo, hit me like a punch to the chest. Because my son, my 14-year-old boy, looked exactly like him. Same eyes. Same nose. Same jawline. Same smile. A split image. And in that moment, my breath stopped. All the jokes throughout the years suddenly weren't so funny anymore. You sure he's yours? Ha ha. He doesn't look much like you. He definitely takes after his mom's side. I used to brush them off. I trusted my wife completely. I never interrogated her past. I never asked for details about her old relationships. I always believed trust meant not looking for reasons to doubt. Turns out, the truth was hiding in plain sight. And I was the only one who didn't see it. I confronted my wife. My voice was calm. Too calm, maybe. The kind of calm that comes right before a world ends. I showed her the picture. I asked her the question no husband ever wants to ask. And she broke. Instantly. Her face collapsed, like she had been waiting 14 years for someone to open this exact door. Then she told me everything. 14 years ago, just 3 months before our wedding, she cheated on me. With her ex. The same ex in the photo. She said she was drunk. That she was scared. That she was getting cold feet. That she wondered what her life would look like if she had chosen him instead of me. She said it was just one night. One mistake. One moment of weakness. But 3 months later, she found out she was pregnant. And instead of telling me, instead of giving me the choice, she hid it. Because by then her ex was already married with a child of his own. He wasn't going to leave his family. He wasn't going to be with her. And she was afraid that if I found out, I would divorce her immediately. She would be a single mom before the wedding photos were even printed. Her perfect future with me would vanish. So she decided for both of us. She lied. And I built 14 years of my life on that lie. Mortgage. Cars. Bills. School projects. Vacations. Late-night fevers. Sports games. Every moment of fatherhood, every sacrifice, was rooted in something that was never real. I didn't just feel betrayed. I felt erased. Like my entire identity had been built on a foundation someone else poured without my consent. I took a DNA test. And when the results came in, I swear I felt the floor drop from under me. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stood there, staring at a piece of paper that told me the last 14 years were an illusion. My wife fell apart. She begged me to forgive her. She said the 14 years we had together were real, that I made her the happiest woman alive. She said I had been the perfect father figure to our son. She said she never loved anyone the way she loves me. She swore her ex was a past flame, nothing more. She grabbed my hands, sobbing, begging me not to destroy our family. Begging me to think about our son. Begging me not to walk away. But in my head, all I could hear was, "He is not your son. He is the result of her and her ex. You were never given a choice." Then came her family. Her father looked stunned, but calm. He said the choice was mine. That if I left, he would understand. He even said he wouldn't blame me. Her mother, though. She begged. She cried. She said a single mistake from 14 years ago shouldn't destroy everything. She said her own marriage survived worse. She said they stayed together for the kids. But again, that child isn't mine. Not biologically. Not genetically. Not in the way she meant. Why should I stay for something that was never my truth? Something built on someone else's decision? Someone else's betrayal? Then came my parents. They told me not to tear apart the family. They said starting over at my age would be too hard. They said the boy loved me. They said blood doesn't define everything. Everyone had advice. Everyone had an opinion. But none of them knew what it felt like to lose a child who was never yours. And yet feels like he is. None of them knew what it felt like to look at a 14-year lie and try to breathe through it. Then my wife dropped one more request on me. She begged me not to tell her ex. Not because she feared for me. Not because she feared for our son. Not because she feared the truth. But because it will destroy his family. His wife. His 2 kids. She hid the truth from me for 14 years. But she wants to protect him? That was the moment something inside me cracked. I didn't scream. I didn't break things. I drank. More than I should have. And in that fog of heartbreak, rage, and humiliation, I snapped. I emptied the entire college savings account. The one I spent 14 years building. The one I sacrificed vacations for. The one I worked overtime for. And I spent it. All of it. I bought a brand new PS5. I put a down payment on a new Audi. I bought things I never let myself buy because I always believed that being a good father meant putting myself last. But why should I save money to send another man's child to college? My wife was furious. Her family was furious. Half her relatives called me cruel. Irresponsible. Heartless. But none of them understood the truth. I didn't spend my son's college fund. I spent the college fund of a child who was never mine to begin with. They took 14 years from me. 14 years of identity, trust, fatherhood. And everyone expects me to keep sacrificing? Now I'm here. At the crossroads of everything. My wife sobbing. My son confused. My family divided. Her family angry. My life upside down. And I feel like I'm losing my grip on what's right and what's simply expected of me. So I'm asking strangers on the internet the question no one in my real life can answer honestly: am I the bad guy? Because right now, I can't tell if I'm the villain of this story, or if I'm just the only one finally waking up in a life that was never truly mine. And that's a wrap for us today, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more. This is Ryan checking out. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.